Your kidneys don't stop working after 60, but the load on them gets heavier every single year. And most people don't find out until it's too late. When the fatigue won't lift, when your ankles are puffy by evening, when your vision starts doing things it shouldn't. Here's what nobody tells you. Your kidneys have no pain signal. None. They can be running at 40% right now, today, and they will never tell you directly. Not once. What you feel instead is the slow stuff. Tiredness that won't explain itself. Brain fog. That heavy, dragging feeling by noon that you've been blaming on age. It's not age. The real story is happening inside your blood. Every single morning, before you've taken a single bite of food. Cut the sugar. Take your meds. Walk more. Good advice. All of it. But it's incomplete. It treats the lifestyle, not the chemistry. And after 60, the chemistry is what needs fixing. There are things sitting in your kitchen right now that can help with that. Not supplements. Not expensive programs. Real foods, with real research behind them. Things most people have never once connected to blood sugar. The strongest one is probably already in your pantry. And almost everyone who has it uses it wrong. I'm going to walk you through all of them. Some I'd recommend without hesitation. Some I'd actually think twice about. But the last one, the number one, that's the one I'd start tonight. Before the list, you need to understand one thing. Because most people have this completely backwards. Blood sugar doesn't spike randomly. It moves in two waves. The first wave hits while you're still asleep. It's called the dawn phenomenon. Your body floods itself with glucose before you even open your eyes. The second wave comes after every meal. After 60, that first wave is the dangerous one. Your cells are already swimming in sugar before breakfast. And that blood, thick with glucose, passes through your kidneys hundreds of times a day. Every single habit on this list targets one of those two waves. Now, let's get into what actually works. Number 5. Apple cider vinegar. You've seen it everywhere. Score: 4 out of 10. Here's why it's not higher. The American Heart Association has looked at the evidence. There is research showing it can blunt post-meal glucose spikes by slowing how fast your stomach empties. That's the real mechanism. Not detox. Not magic. Just a slower digestive curve. But here's the problem. Most people drink it straight. Or splash it on a salad and move on. That does almost nothing. To get a measurable effect, 1 to 2 tablespoons diluted in a full glass of water, taken right before your largest meal. Not after. Not during. Before. One hard warning. If you're on insulin or any blood sugar medication, apple cider vinegar can amplify the effect unpredictably. Talk to your doctor first. If your kidneys are already struggling, the acidity needs a conversation with your nephrologist. Score: 4 out of 10. It works, but weakly, and only when timed correctly. The next one is more targeted. Number 4. Water. But not the way you're thinking about it. Score: 6 out of 10. Most seniors are mildly dehydrated by mid-morning and don't know it. Here's why that matters. Dehydration concentrates your blood. Concentrated blood forces your kidneys to work harder, while pushing glucose readings artificially higher than they actually are. According to ESPN, the leading European body on clinical nutrition, older adults need fluid distributed consistently across the day, not gulped at night, because aging dulls your thirst signal. You stop feeling thirsty before you're actually hydrated. The fix: 8 to 10 ounces of plain water. First thing in the morning. Before coffee. Before food. Before anything. Set the glass on your nightstand tonight. 30 seconds. Zero cost. One caution: if your doctor has you on fluid restriction for heart or kidney failure, don't change anything without asking first. Score: 6 out of 10. Free, simple, and most seniors aren't doing it. But the next one does something water never can. Number 3. This is the one that made me read the study twice. The American Diabetes Association published research on older adults at risk for impaired glucose control. Researchers compared two groups. One group took one 45-minute walk per day. The other took 3 15-minute walks, one after each meal. Same total time. Completely different results. The 3 short walks produced significantly better 24-hour blood sugar control. The after-dinner walk alone cut the hardest glucose spike of the day, dramatically. Here's the biology. When your muscles contract during walking, they pull glucose directly out of your bloodstream. No insulin required. They act like a sponge. For older adults whose insulin response has already slowed, this is one of the most powerful tools available. 15 minutes. Not a power walk. A stroll. Around the block. Around your living room if you have to. And for your kidneys specifically, a literature review in the International Journal of Sports and Clinical Applications found that moderate regular exercise reduces glomerular hyperfiltration in type 2 diabetes patients. That's the state where your kidneys are being chronically overworked. Movement protects them directly. Score: 8 out of 10. But the next one works while you're still sitting at the breakfast table. Number 2. And what you eat in the first 20 minutes of your day changes the next 12 hours. Research on breakfast composition found something senior health content almost never discusses. A high-protein breakfast reduces blood sugar spikes not just in the morning, but through the entire afternoon. The mechanism is straightforward. Protein produces a slower, steadier insulin response than carbohydrates. It raises satiety hormones that regulate hunger across the day. And it directly blunts that second glucose wave, the post-meal spike that stacks on top of the damage the dawn phenomenon already started. You don't need special food. 2 eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, a handful of nuts. The target: 20 to 30 grams of protein before you touch bread, juice, cereal, or fruit. Espen's geriatric nutrition guidelines are clear on this. Older adults need more protein per kilogram of body weight than younger adults, not less. Muscle mass drops. Metabolic efficiency drops. Protein needs go up. Most seniors have it backwards. Heavy carbs in the morning, protein at dinner, when the body needs it least. Score: 9 out of 10. Powerful, simple, and completely free to start tomorrow. But I told you at the beginning, almost everyone is using the number one thing wrong. Now I'll show you exactly how. I have to be straight with you here, because this is where almost everyone loses the plot. Number 1 is bay leaf. Don't click away. Give me 60 seconds. Because the way you've been using it and the way it actually works are two completely different things. If you've been dropping bay leaves into soup or tossing one into rice while it cooks, you've been getting almost none of the benefit. Almost none. The active compounds don't release that way. Slow, indirect heat doesn't do it. The leaf flavors your food. That's all. For decades, people have used bay leaves in the kitchen and quietly noticed nothing changed. Now they know why. Here's what the research actually shows. A peer-reviewed study published in the Open Journal of Systems examined elderly patients with type 2 diabetes. The ones who consumed bay leaf tea, prepared correctly, experienced measurable reductions in fasting blood glucose. Not a blog, not an anecdote. A randomized controlled study, specifically in seniors, specifically with diabetes. So, what does prepared correctly mean? 2 to 3 whole dried bay leaves, not powder, whole. Drop them into 1.5 cups of water. Bring it to a boil. Then reduce the heat and simmer, covered, for 10 to 15 minutes. Covered. That part matters. The volatile compounds driving the blood sugar effect are heat sensitive. Leave the lid off, and they evaporate straight into your kitchen. You lose them. Strain the leaves. Let it cool slightly. Drink it warm. Before food. Every morning. Total time: 15 minutes. Most of it waiting. Total cost: pennies. A bag of dried bay leaves costs under $2 and lasts months. Now, here's why this is number 1. Bay leaf tea targets the dawn phenomenon directly. That first glucose wave, flooding your system before breakfast, meets a break before your kidneys ever see it. The polyphenol and flavonoids in bay leaf appear to improve insulin receptor sensitivity. Your cells get better at responding to the insulin your body still makes. For kidneys that have been filtering sugar-saturated blood for years, that is not a small thing. One more time. The recipe: 2 to 3 whole dried bay leaves, 1.5 cups of water. Boil, then simmer covered for 10 to 15 minutes. Strain. Drink warm. Before anything else. Every morning. Quick reality check. These work because they act on real biological pathways. Real pathways have rules. If you're on metformin, insulin, or any blood pressure medication, including ACE inhibitors, talk to your doctor before changing your morning routine. Not because these things are dangerous, because they work. And combining them with medication can shift your glucose and blood pressure in ways your doctor needs to monitor. Stage 3 or higher chronic kidney disease. Everything on this list goes through your nephrologist first. No exceptions. This is information, not a prescription. Here's how to actually use this. And I'm going to be direct because this is where most people fail. Don't try to do everything at once. That's how people quit by week 2. Start with the bay leaf tea. Tomorrow morning, 2 leaves, simmered covered, before breakfast. That's it. Nothing else for 2 weeks. Just that. After 2 weeks, shift your protein to breakfast. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. Get to 20 grams before noon. That's your second layer. After a month, add 1 15-minute walk after dinner. Just one. Research shows that single walk has the biggest impact on the hardest glucose spike of the day. Here's what to watch for. Within the first week, clearer mornings, more stable energy, fewer crashes by 2 p.m. Those are your early signals. The deeper changes, the ones your doctor can measure in your fasting glucose and kidney filtration numbers, those take 6 to 12 weeks. Don't rush it. Don't stack everything at once. Consistency, not intensity. Tomorrow morning, 2 bay leaves, simmered covered, before food. 15 minutes. That's where this starts. Here's the truth about your body after 60. It doesn't need something dramatic. It needs the right thing. Every day. For long enough. Most people never give it that. You can. See you in the next one.